Hello, this is the Football Fanatic 95 and I'm back with my second video for Football Manager 2013. Today I want to start off a series of videos that are going to be focused on the best young players to sign on the game. I'm going to move position to position from each video, so therefore today I'm starting off at the back and with the goalkeeper. The first player I'm going to be looking at today is Marc-Andre ter Stegen at Gladbach. He's only 20, so he is actually really young for a keeper, because a lot of keepers can go to like 40. Look at Van der Sar, quality for Man United all the way up until his retirement. First thing is that he's fairly cheap at 6 million, not at the biggest club, and he's on 39k a week. So all that indicates to me is that he'd probably be available for not that much. If you're looking for a quality keeper, he can definitely be that, with 16 communication, 16 kicking, 18 bravery. It'll definitely be quality, and I think it'll be fairly cheap, all things considered. Maybe about 10 million wouldn't be unrealistic, maybe a bit more, but I think he's worth it. Secondly is David De Gea at Man U. Obviously, straight away he's at Man U, and they paid, what was it, about £18 million, was it? Look at his history, £17 million. So he's going to be hard to get, because you have to pay more than that. But I think the main thing is, is that he's quality. He's not as good as he was on the last one, though. They have put him down because he didn't have the greatest season with Man United. But he's still good with like 17 reflexes. But if you're Man United, they won't bother signing another keeper because he'll definitely improve at only 21. Another keeper at a top club. He's at Atletico Madrid on loan from Chelsea, so he's going to be really difficult to sign. But he may come up. If he goes back to Chelsea and doesn't get loaned out and they carry on playing Czech, maybe, he might get a bit frustrated with that and want to leave. And he's definitely worth trying to get because he's only 20. His stats are similar to ter Stegen, really. A few shiny blues on here. Hasn't quite got the mental stats of ter Stegen, but I think he'll be equally as good, if not better. Yeah, really quality young keeper. Was on the last one. I think he's going to be on this one. Another keeper at a top Premier League club is Szczesny. Bit older at 22. Quality stats, 18 aerial ability, 18 jumping. Quality keeper in the air. Got good bravery as well. I rate Szczesny fairly highly. He's been at Arsenal most of his career. Don't know if Arsenal like to sign another keeper or something, which would make him available. But if I was being Arsenal, I wouldn't bother buying a new keeper, that's for sure. He's going to be good, definitely. Tim Krul at Newcastle. He's actually probably, out of the people I've showed so far, he's up there. Just as good. More balanced stats here, perhaps. Had a quality season for real life in Newcastle, playing every single one of their Barclays Premier League matches. Holland have a history of producing good keepers, and I think Tim Krul's another one, really. Got a lot of shiny blues, one-on-ones, really good reflexes, actually. It's a good keeper for one-on-one shot stopping. Definitely one to go for. A slightly different one, trying to incorporate someone who would be cheaper, is Jack Butland at Birmingham. He's the England under-21 starting keeper. He's probably the number one for Birmingham. Not the best stats, no shiny blue ones as yet, but he's only 19. He's heavy, he's tall, he's a good build for a keeper. I think he's good if you want a lower Premier League club and you want a young keeper to come in. Quite cheap, maybe his market value is 2 million, but he's English and he's young, so probably about 5 or 6 million. But I think he'll definitely go quality if given enough games. Another English one, and another one who's slightly older at 25, but as I was saying earlier, keepers can go on for a long time, so still relatively young. That's why I've got him in this list. Market value at 2 million due to him being at Norwich. Again, got the build for the keeper. He's got good reflexes, he's got good strength and good jumping. 16, I think he's a good enough keeper for a mid-table Premier League side, if I'm being honest. Don't know if he'll ever quite be any better than that, but I still think he's definitely worth it for, again, about 4 to 5 million, I'm guessing. Not totally sure on that, but he's one with good balanced stats, so I think he's one I'd recommend getting still. Alex Smithies at Huddersfield. Again, like Butland, he's playing at a Championship club, so if you're a Premier League club, he'll be more than interested in coming for you. He's quality at 22 still. He's not as brilliant as like Krull, but that's to be expected. Bear in mind he's been playing in League One for quite a lot of his career and he's just been promoted to Huddersfield to the Championship. But he's got good stats, good balanced stats, and he's got a couple of shiny blues in there, and I think he's good for, again, about 3 to 4 million, I'm guessing. Fraser Forster, one who's probably got a bit more press recently with Celtic's good run in the Champions League. Came from Newcastle to Celtic after they've had him on loan. He's similar to like a John Ruddy. He's got a few shiny blue stats. Don't think he'll ever be amazingly good on this game, but if you want to be a mid-table Premier League and you're looking for a decent young keeper who's going to last you a few seasons, or if you're a top one who wants another English player in there, fairly young to cover at keeper, I think he can do a job. Got decent balanced attributes. He's not very eccentric, which is good because you don't want him being a bit crazy. Tendency to punch is low, which is good. He's got decent reflexes. I think he can do a job for you. Moving away from English keepers now and going on to Sinan Bolat at Standard Liège. Again, like John Ruddy, he's 23, so he's not really young, but he's still young. He's got a few shiny blues in there, decent agility, good reflexes. If you have a look at his history, he's been at there a while as well. They only went for 120k, which would indicate to me that he probably wouldn't be all too expensive of a value of 1 million. So he's another good one if you're looking for a mid-table keeper. I keep saying this, but this is what these kind of keepers are good for, because you can get them fairly cheap and they're solid and don't really make too many mistakes. Another really young one is Matthew Irwin in Blackburn Reserves. You can see his mental stats are poor, but that's probably because he's 18 and he hasn't played any games. But with a value of 75k and 300 quid a week, you can pick him up for next to nothing. And he's a good backup keeper. Get him playing in the League Cup, the FA Cup, or if you're abroad, then whatever cup competitions they have. And I think he can improve greatly at only 18. He's a bit eccentric, but he usually actually goes down sometimes as they get older, once they get a bit more experience. And I think he'll be decent enough for a lot of Championship teams, a lot of lower Premier League teams as he gets older. And he's the one you can pick up for cheap, so he's probably a decent signing if you're looking for that backup keeper maybe. And that concludes it for today's video on young keepers. Thank you for watching. Next time I'm going to move on to the best young centre-backs to sign on Football Manager 2013. Please comment or subscribe or like the video if you want to. Thank you for watching and see you next time.